Sagittarius, welcome. Thanks for being here. How's your day going? Leave it in the comments. Even if today isn't today, right? Even if we're not on the same today, I still want to know. All right. So, on that note, today not being today, time is fluid, right? So, it's illusory the way that we think of it in human terms, but I'm not going to dive into it. Okay. So the message that I put out today might resonate with you a lot better 60 days from March 25th, right? 50 weeks from this week. That's totally okay. If the message is not for you right now and you're just not feeling it, move on. Check out other readings, whether by me or by other people. If I'm not your cup of tea, that's totally cool too. I'm not going to take it personally. Just move on. It's all good. I'll still send you some love and light, even if I'm not your cup of tea. All right. And the other thing, like, you know, this isn't going to resonate with everyone. It's nice when it does. Heck yeah. But it's just kind of impossible for it to resonate with everyone. This is intended for the general Sagittarius population, but even that is ginormous. And then you add in Moon, Rising, Venus signs to the mix. It's a lot of people that it could potentially relate to, right? And that's all that this really is potentials. So keep that in mind. I always tell people, like, I'm not here to write your story. I'm just here to, you know, maybe add some clarity to whatever you're needing right now. I don't have the answers, but I receive messages that hopefully will lead you to the answers. So that's what we're here for. This first deck that I'm pulling from is just a regular playing card deck that I have altered so that I can read reversals. I'm just waiting for my normal tarot cards to come in, but these will do for now. I was going to wait, and Spirit was like, nah, go ahead and get started. There's people that are ready to listen. There's people that are needing this message. Even if that's just one person, cool. That is cool by me. So we have 2 so far. I usually like to shoot for about 5. Again, these messages, this part especially, it sometimes gets really narrowed down, very specific, or it might just be that like certain parts resonate with you or don't resonate with you. I don't know your story. I'm not asking for the details here. This is mostly just like a qualifier round, right? Like whoever's needing to hear it so that they'll stick around and listen to the main message that Spirit's trying to give us, or the divine, or whatever your beliefs entail. That's really what it's for. So, and sometimes there's some intuitive messages that I get in that's along the borders of advice, and you know, it's just, again, everything is here just for you. It's just for you to interpret however you might need to in your life right now. Okay, now being your now, not my now. All right, we got 3 out. Waiting for hopefully 2 more. If we get 1 more, that'd be really nice. All right, and there we go. There is 3 more. Perfect. Okay. So it's a lot of wands here. I don't know if you're diving into like a creative project or like a hobby or something. Lots of wands though. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. The first card we have out is the Ace of Pentacles. So aces, you know, they have to do with like beginnings, opportunities that are presenting themselves. And there is another ace here. So you are just in a season of beginnings, you know. That's pretty cool. When you're in those kinds of seasons, you have to be open to them. Stay open, because, you know, a million opportunities could hit you in the face. And if you're not, you know, if you're not open to receiving those kinds of things, they'll hit you in the face, they'll drop to the ground, and then you'll step on them and they'll be gone. I've never, ever said that in my life. I don't know why that came through. So that was for someone. You're welcome. Okay. Next up, we have the Queen of Wands. And this is in the upright. I put these little dots in the corners, and they're kind of rubbing off now, but those are what signify the reversals. So the first card and this card are both in the upright. Queen of Wands. So let's take a look here. Queen can be you coming into or really aligning with your divine feminine. In the Wands in particular, it's, again, you know, I was feeling that creativity. So there might be a creative project that you're doing, or I don't know. I feel like we need to dive into more of this stuff. Like, it could go too many different ways. You know what I mean? So with the Queen, though, you know, queens are always kind of like a motherly, and not from the perspective of, you know, male, female. It could be either way. We all have that feminine and masculine energy to within us that we can relate with, right? That we can act from and things like that. So being with that divine feminine energy, it's like you're in flow, which is really great for this new beginning, right? Being open, being in flow. It's very similar in the energy that you put forth there. And I do feel like this is you. It could be someone in your life that's affecting your life in a positive way. But I do feel like it's you. You are this queen who, you know your power, you know who you are. Or, you know, if you're a man or you identify as a man, you know your feminine power within you. You're aligned with that flow of energy. If you need to look more into that, Tony Robbins has some really great content around masculine and feminine within each of us. So check that out if you need to. But just know what I'm feeling for this particular reading is like, it is being in that flow of your feminine side. Okay, so however that means for you, or whatever that means, I should say, that's for you to know. Okay. Next up, we have another ace. It's a new beginning, but it is in the reverse. So, and this ace is the Ace of Wands. So a creative, this creative keeps coming back to me. So I don't know what you're involved in. I'm not seeing what kind of creativity. It's keeping it very general for me in the message that it's giving me, but that's okay. Whatever you are looking at jumping into, or you have recently jumped into, it's like it's on hold. Maybe you thought that it was just kind of short-lived or things like that, but it's just kind of on hold. It's stagnant for a minute, you know? Or if you haven't reached this yet, just know, like, this new beginning, if it comes into your life and it's just there for, you know, a quick snap of a moment, it has the potential to keep going. But there's something that's holding you back. And I don't know what that is. It could, you know, I'm getting that it's like, it could be a pride or an ego kind of thing that's holding you back. It could be some kind of fear that's based in the past that you never healed. I don't know. Each person's going to be different, but that's really what I'm feeling there. So take that as it resonates for you, okay? The next one is another Wands card. We have the Seven of Wands, and it is in the reverse. So sevens, they signify a change, and with this new beginning, that would really make sense, right? I'm feeling like a change in the things that you have been doing. So I don't know if there was something that prompted this. Like maybe you are no longer able to do sports. Because of the season, you're no longer able to ski. I don't know. But there's a change in action here. So maybe this new beginning or this new thing is like a new hobby or something new that you are doing, that you are taking action in. Okay? Lots of generalities in this reading. Like I said, I'm not all about the details here. It's more just trying to get messages across to you. So don't try to fit it. When it is general like this, it's easy to try and like stretch it like elastic over your life, and like, don't do that. Just take it for what I'm saying and take what's yours and leave what's not. Okay. The next card is also a 7, so more change here, but this is Pentacles, and it's in the upright. So a really good change coming with money is what I'm seeing here. So, you know, and it doesn't have to be money. It could just be something that money has bought you in the past. So something like a home, or something like, you know, we were talking about skiing earlier, like the objects for your hobbies, right? Or your sports. Could be a boat for all I know. I don't know. But something is changing positively. I'm almost feeling like an up leveling, like maybe you had to change the environment that you're living in. Maybe you had to change the physical home that you were living in. Like you had to move out of it and you had to get into a new one. That was specific, so that's only going to be a few of you, right? It could be that you're moving on to a different job. And with that area, it's not necessarily that it's better or worse. It's just that it's a good fit for you for where you're at now, okay? And if that change isn't already here, if you're not already experiencing it or already working towards it actively, it's on the horizon. So maybe it's something you've been thinking about. And, you know, you're waiting to take action on it. I don't know why. I don't know. You know, that's just kind of what I'm seeing here between the two 7s. Waiting to take action on something, but you are, and you will be. And it's good. It's positive. Okay. We have the 9 of Wands in the reverse. So 9 is like, you know, wishes granted, and it's like sometimes it can be overwhelmed. So I'm getting that for the block for sure, with it being in the reverse. It could be that you're overwhelmed. And what I'm hearing is like all you need to do is take a step back for a second. You haven't really taken the time to either go within or just, you know, be still long enough to try and figure it out. You know, you've been kind of go and just kind of going with the flow of life, and that can be great. But sometimes you really do need to intentionally stop and either reflect or just observe what's actually going on and then make a move. And I feel like that's what's blocking you up there. So take that time to really pause and do what you need to do, whether that's going internally or just observing, okay? But that will bring the clarity that you're needing to really move forward and get to that 10. Get past the block, right? Okay, so that's the first part of the reading. Again, that's just kind of setting the tone for whoever needs to have the tone set, right? Not everyone does. The next part is using my angelic guidance deck to have some angelic guidance. Some guidance handed down from the divine, whatever your beliefs may be, whether it be spirit guides, angels, a deity in particular, the collective energy, whatever it may be. Something totally different than any of that. Totally fine. But let's see, this just often gives you I want to say like advice on what kind of moves to make, right? What kinds of things to be looking at in order to move forward. Okay, a little bit of an explosion there. We got 2 out. Let's see if we can get one more, if we need one more. You know, I kind of leave it up to the universe to tell me what we need here. So oh, okay. It's like 500. We are not taking all of those. I'll give it one more shuffle and see if we have anyone coming out, okay? All right, no. The answer is no, and I had it like flash across my mind. That has not happened before. Okay. So, maybe that was for someone if you were thinking something. No. I don't know. The first one that came out is the Knight of Michael. So Michael is swords. Some people look at swords as painful, right? The card itself, it could be you, it could be someone else. I'm not really getting a strong pull towards either one. So it kind of just depends on your life. You'll know. On this card, it describes the person as strong, committed, intellectual, and diligent. It says, time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion. Sudden changes. Yeah, so that's kind of what I was feeling in this energy, right? Is like, step back and take things in logically. We tend to use our emotions a lot and get swept up in them, and sometimes end up just frankly drowning in them. And we don't need to do that to ourselves. Okay, so it does say time to move quickly, and knights are known to move slowly. So maybe you've been embodying this slow moving thing, and with everything new coming in, it's time to really take that action. Okay, so take that as it is, and it does talk about sudden changes too. So you know, we kind of talked about that in there. There are sudden changes coming up. Just stay open, stay observant so that you can know what's actually going on and not get swept away by your emotions, okay? All right, the next one that came out is the 6 of Gabriel. Gabriel is more wands, and most of the top reading was wands. So you are surrounded by wands. The card itself says, congratulations, you've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to the next project, awards, scholarships, or promotions. Okay, so whatever you have done to get to this point, you've done well. You've done a good job. If you're having any doubts or fears or anything around that area, that could be another block for you, right? What this is saying is, like, yeah, sure, celebrate. Acknowledge first, if you haven't acknowledged it, acknowledge that you've done a good job. Celebrate yourself and the fact that you have done a good job up until this point, okay? Maybe you haven't had anyone that's told you in a long time, but you're doing great. Now tell yourself that, because it's going to be a whole lot more meaningful coming from yourself than it is coming from me, okay? And then once you do celebrate that and acknowledge it and really feel it and know it to your core, it says it's time to move on to the next project. So, you know, there's these new things coming in. Embrace it. It's time for it. You're ready for it. Even if you don't feel ready for it, even if you feel like maybe there's some past things to tie up or to figure out, or that are left undone, or things like that you're feeling within you, go back to that rational mind and see if they truly are undone, and if you do need to address them. If you do, by all means, go ahead, do it. If that makes it feel more complete for you, do it. I'm all for that. But know that, again, you've done well, and it's time to move on to the next thing, okay? All right. Speaking of moving on, let's move on to the third deck here. What I like to do with this third part is, you know, like I said, the first part we set the foundation. The second part we got some guidance from our angels. And this third deck is called Dear Universe by Sarah Prout. And what I like to think of it as is just giving us one focus, one thing. So, you know, if we are caught up in overwhelm, or we are maybe just having a bad day, or get stuck in a negative pattern there, you know, it's a way to just come back. I always say it's like, it's the universe giving us the words to speak to the universe about where we want to move in the universe. Okay. Very focused guidance though. Okay. Keeps you in a positive headspace, keeps you looking toward where you want to go and not at the ground of your current moment. I don't know. Oh my goodness. They're getting a little crazy. Let's get one, please, for our Sagittarians. One, please, for our Sagittarians for the week of March 25th, or whenever they happen to be watching this. We'll get one eventually. And just like that. Okay, let's see what we got here. This card says, Dear Universe, may I remember my cosmic power to attract limitless and soulful prosperity. So be it, so it is. Yes, beautiful. Don't ever forget your power to create and bring in this prosperity. Okay? Let's read it one more time. Dear Universe, may I remember my cosmic power to attract limitless and soulful prosperity. So be it, so it is. All right, lovely way to end the read. I hope you guys found some value in that, some guidance and some help. If you would like a personalized reading, please do send me an email. My email is in the description, and I would be happy to do that reading for you. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you found that this was helpful, or if you enjoyed my style, however you'd like. And click that notification bell if you'd like to be notified by YouTube when I go live. All right. Thanks again, you guys. Love and light to you all.